Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Greeting everyone. My name is Muhammad Islan, and today's video is actually for self-reflection on subject course research methodology conducted by Dr. Suryani for the past 7 weeks of the first semesters. So, if we're talking about research methodology, I'm sure everyone must have this experience of conducting own experiments, right? And those have been experienced in, maybe final year project in your undergraduate study. Like me, yes, undergraduate study. So, methodology, I'm sure your experience sometimes maybe bitter and sometimes it's sweet, but mine a little bit of bitter because I kind of like having this kind of problem that I'm listing here. So when I was in undergraduate, I kind of like feel I'm not really anywhere. I'm stuck in the middle of nowhere. I don't know where to start, and I found that even though I have this all information, but I don't really know how to use information. I don't really know whether all the information that I have is actually useful for my research, and this is because of the lack guidance that I had. And this had me unprepared and unmotivated, and also got me confused and dilemma all the whole time. So after a few sessions with Dr. Suryani, I found out it's actually not very hard to conduct research as long as you have the idea about what is the research and why you conduct the research is fine. Basically, research is a process of planning and managing. So planning and managing, that is the most important part of research. You must have to plan properly, systematically, and you have to manage everything that you have been planning. So that's the key that maybe I didn't do when I was in my study. So research process is very simple as you can see. So it consists of several parts as I listed here. So you have your research statements, you have your literature review, you have your hypothesis, you have your design research, collection of data, analysis of data, and interpretation. That's it. That's a research. But what I'm going to be sharing here is that a few tips and maybe a few concepts that I didn't do or I didn't have when I was in my undergraduate study with you all. I'm not sharing the whole 7 parts. I'm just going to be maybe one or two. All right. So let's straight forward to the literature review. Literature review is killing. I mean, in every part of thesis writing, manuscript writing, journal writing, they're kind of like needing all literature review part, needing and killing, right? It is very hard because you're gonna be having to search and to evaluate all the available literature that is related to your topic from other authors, from other papers. That sucks actually because you're gonna be reading a lot, and I don't deny it's very hard actually. And the literature review purpose is to actually demonstrate your knowledge, to identify gaps, and to inform methodology. That's why it's very important to have in your paper. But I have a technique to actually how to find your literature review interesting and good. Okay, first thing first, you have to search for relevant literature review. I mean, you don't go for anything else, but as long as you have your own topic, go searching for your own only topic. And then maybe you want to come up with such key features like something that's related to your topic, and then you'll definitely your um, get your literature review or get your paper from that. And maybe you want to go through, finding online through Google Scholar maybe, or you want to through, maybe your own university library, or maybe you want to do some snowballing technique. Snowballing technique is like you have this journal, they have the article, this paper. So you're going to be going through the reference section, and then you find the other paper that has been referred by the paper. So that's snowballing techniques. Or maybe you yeah, all those sorts of methods. So the second one, evaluate sources. Okay, so whenever you go doing online searching, you're gonna be finding a lot, thousands maybe of articles, and papers, and I'm sure not all are necessary for you to actually taking. All right, so you're gonna have to evaluate sources. By mean, you're gonna be finding only those impactful journal. By what? Actually, you can do this kind of looking at the quartile. Basically, article journal, they have 4 quartiles: quarter one, two, three, and four. And most suggested and most advisable for you to use is to use the quarter one and quarter two because it has been reported or it has been cited by many. That's why it is being listed as the ranking number one and number two. So that is for the evaluation sources. And of course, you need to make sure that you're not going to be taking, journal with not updated. I mean, you need to be using the latest article so that your writing would be or your paper would be updated. Okay, number 3 is identify themes, debate, and gaps. This is very important actually. Once you have this info journal, you're going to be reading. That's the rules. You have to read, and reading is needing a lot of effort actually. But how to make it very short and digest it very in a short way, it's by following this technique. Okay, I have this technique. I mean, first thing first, before you go reading your paper, you might want to go looking at abstract, because abstract is a summary of all the research is all about. So you read the abstract, and then if you found key features in there that you are interested in, you might want to go directly to the conclusion, because conclusion would reflect the result. And then if the conclusion has things that you wanted, you go straight forward to the result. And then the same thing, you go for methodology. So that is the way you read faster. So, or you can digest more. I mean, from abstract to the conclusion to the result and to the methodology. It sounds funny actually, but it is working. Number 4 is outline the structure. Of course, since you have all these important details, so you might wanna do tables. So you might wanna do tables and do it like um, grouping, as maybe problem segment, maybe according to the year, maybe according to the author, according to the methodology that we use, or according to the findings or the result of the research. And then number 5 is writing literature review. Since you have your tables, you just fill in all those informations inside the table. So this is how you actually have your literature review. All right. So for data processing, so this is very important actually, since if you don't have this uh, um, problem statement yet. You have the topic, but you don't know your problem statement. So data processing is very important. By mean, you have to do this categorizing data, maybe I can tweet counting data. Where for categorizing data. Okay, so you have just now you have all these literature review points in the table. It's very easy now, because what you are doing now is to categorize the data. Depends on the problem, so maybe depends on the method, or maybe depends on the finding. And what you do now next is to actually mapping the data from the problems. Is problems 1 or problems 2, problem 3, problem 4, they suit to what method, and then what from the method is actually suit to what the finding. So this is how you map, and then you count your data. So this is the results. So as you can see, it would show you the highest and the least, where the highest show that the field or the research has been done by many of the researchers. So you might want to go for the least one for you to maybe fill in the gaps, or maybe to come up with the other solution and stuff. So you maybe want to focus to the least one, because the least one is less discovered by others. So this is how the thing you would want to do when you conduct a research. I wish happy following all the tips, and all good